Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. My guest this evening is Paul Orsini, who's the Executive Director of the Clinton Chamber of Commerce. Paul, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Pete. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming down. It's been a while. What's new?
Well, a lot of new things.
Absolutely.
Big thing we got going on is the Clinton Insurance Center Summerfest and Fireworks this Saturday.
Absolutely.
It's been 2 years in the making. You know, it's a large event, and we had to cancel, unfortunately, last year due to all the COVID issues.
Yeah.
But we're raring to go this year. We've been working on it about 4 months now.
Okay.
And we can see the finish line.
Yeah.
It's, cross your fingers. The weather report today is partly sunny, but and about 75 degrees. So it's going to be a wonderful day. Nice cool breeze.
Absolutely.
Off the water. 2 locations this year.
Okay.
Town Hall, behind Town Hall. Sure. And at the beach, where the fireworks will go off about 9:05. Okay. Behind Town Hall, it's bigger this year than it has been in past years. Okay. One of the reasons we ran out of food last year. All the food trucks had absolutely sold all their food and all their water, so we're going to expand that. Okay. We're hoping to have 6 food trucks plus a couple of local vendors selling there. We'll have a beer and wine garden. Okay. And Chamard is going to supply the wine this year, so another local flavor. Your boys, Rock Bottom, will be playing. Absolutely. And we'll have right now we're up to about 14 different civic tables. Oh wow! Anywhere from Cub Scouts to EverSource energy groups to a lot of local committees, as well as some local T-shirt vendors. From Emily from STEM to Fern will have a booth. Okay. And a really large kids area. We're going to have 3 or 4 different inflatables. We'll have inflatable obstacle course, inflatable slides, and different activity, face painting, henna for the kids. And this year, Twin Brook Stable is going to bring down a couple of Arabian horses. Really? One will be kids will be allowed to pet and go over and meet. Another one will be fully dressed and parade. So cool. Neat. And then a big addition is a dunk tank this year, which will be our first foray into letting people hit back at local celebrities. So we're still, I can't give any names at this point, we're still lining them up. Okay. But that'll be a way to raise money as we start. We're already planning for next year. Okay. It's very expensive for us to put on. Oh yeah. And it approaches $40,000 to $45,000. That's the chamber raises through some really generous companies in town and individuals in town. This year, Clinton Insurance, Mike Cuoco and Clinton Insurance stepped up and took over the title sponsorship, and that really gave us a big boost, a big push to forward to get going, and we're going to make it this year. We're working with the town on some of the facility, not the facility costs, but the police, fire department, DPW, those costs. The town has been generous with that. So, we're going to get it through. And then the beach. Beach will have a large kids area as well, and it'll be a little different than Town Hall. We're going to focus on kids' games up there. We'll have jump rope contest and balloon toss and sack races, like an old picnic. Oh, cool. And we'll have food trucks at the beach, and the she shed concession stand will be open, and the engine room will be playing there until a little after 8, and then we'll tear things down, get things started, and at 9:05 the fireworks go off. And American Fireworks does a wonderful job for us, and they promised us this year will be just unbelievable. Really? Yeah, we were able to secure quite a bit this year. So we're looking forward to it. People are really excited.
Absolutely.
We still are accepting donations. We don't want to let that go.
Nope.
You could send any donation you may want to the Chamber of Commerce. Okay. It's just good to go. Like we talked earlier, just the big pieces are finished, but now it's the nuts and bolts, making sure everything gets there and tying things together. But come on down. It starts at 4 o'clock in both places.
Sure.
The town hall will end a little earlier to allow the police to move to the beach and the marina and different locations throughout town. And the beach will go right up till fireworks. And hopefully everybody come down and have a blast.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, last time we did this 2 years ago, after rock bottom broke down, I had the ultimate seat for the fireworks. I was behind the staging, looking over the marsh. And everybody basically cleared out of there. I think it was me, Pete and I, Rich Piacentini, and a handful of others. And other people were like, "You guys are all back here by yourselves?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Is this a private party?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Anybody can come hang out." They're like, "This is probably one of the most opportune spots to watch the fireworks at," because we were basically right there, because we were right behind the band stage.
Yeah, one thing we're finding is you have locations like the gazebo at the town hall, where you have the line of people that have a nice view, and then you have the beaches crowded. But each time we do this, there's more and more local parties.
Absolutely.
People are having watch parties from home. I live down by the beach in Clinton, and there's a lot going on down there. We've got a lot of people coming down and just to watch from the beach, and so it's really turning into a huge town event, and onward and upward.
Absolutely. It's probably right now it's what the town needs to get out and socialize, because of everything that's going on out in the world. It's like we want to feel somewhat of a normalcy.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. It's we talk to every restaurant and every shop in town, invited them to come down. Now it's not feasible. Like my place, my food doesn't. It's not made to be brought down there, and a lot of restaurants felt that way. But they gave in other ways. We had a fundraiser at our place. Scottish Dave's had a fundraiser. Shanks had a fundraiser. Chips really chipped in. So all the restaurants that couldn't take part behind Town Hall did things in other ways.
Absolutely.
So it's been a nice. Folks have been very receptive to this event, and I think they're really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Besides Clinton Insurance, what other sponsors do we have?
Morgan Stanley.
Sure.
Tim. Yeah, we have an anonymous donor.
Okay.
That gave us a very nice check.
Okay.
Silktown Roofing was they're out of Middletown, I believe, but they're local folks. And then we have a lot of like I said, chips came through. A lot of individual donors. Preferred foam products, or organizations, different community organizations went house to house, and you know, we got one check for, I think it was $1,148.35.
Wow.
As they went door to door and collected what they could. But too many to name. We have 30 donors that donated 500 and above.
Wow.
And then the amount of $25 checks, I get people come into my office every day.
Right.
You know, just dropping off what they can, and those things add up.
Oh, absolutely. Because I was going to say, you probably, for next year, if you're going to do it again, you're probably going to start planning it probably by the end of this year.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, the fireworks, we have to secure the fireworks right after this.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's going to go up. The price is going to go up next year because of the different tariffs with the Chinese and the the issues with shipping.
Absolutely.
Right now, it's gone up quite a bit. So the more we can make this year to bank into next year, you know, the easier we come. But it's something. It's a not always on the front burner, but it's a year-long activity.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, how has the Chamber been holding up, especially during the time of the pandemic and what's going on?
Well, I think we've done a nice job. We you know, like the rest of the world, we the first 4 or 5 months where you couldn't do anything, there really wasn't anything for us to do.
Right.
And then we got to a point when people started coming out again, that we were able to raise money to give out $500 grants to businesses. So we gave out 30 grants of $500 to local Clinton businesses, chamber member or not. And it was a simple one-page application. Just tell me where your business is, and if you're a Clinton business, we sent you a check. And luckily, we were able to give, I believe, everybody that applied,
right,
the $500. And then we kept moving forward on that. When the nonprofits, when they came back in, the nonprofits lost a year of fundraising. Right. And we were able to, we held a raffle in conjunction with all of the partners, the nonprofit partners, and we're able to distribute, we distributed almost $20,000, I believe, to nonprofits. Wow. And it was simple. You sell the tickets, you keep the profit.
That's right.
And it worked out really well. So I felt, because we can't really, you can't, as a chamber, you can't come out and just do business as usual. You have to get things going again, and that was our philosophy. Let's help the people while we can, and let's get the nonprofits moving, and you, little by little, you start to get things back to normal, and then you sprinkle in social activities.
Exactly.
And that's how we decided to do things.
Cool.
And I think it worked really well. Our membership increased during the time, and we also acted as a government grants, for instance.
Okay.
Because of this, I had a lot of time on my hands.
Right.
You know, and so I would sit. I went to every meeting that Governor Lamont or anybody in his staff would have on grants, and we were able to just pass this along to people, and hopefully it worked. I know it worked for some. Hopefully it worked for others as well. But that was, we turned from a commercial organization to one of trying to help people get out of a jam that we're all in, and now we're transitioning back.
There you go. Paul, would you mind sticking around for another segment?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I'll be seeing you.
No, the thing I've missed the most during this entire time, this pandemic, has been you.
I love playing to a live audience. There's nothing like it.
The COVID-19 vaccines are going to help us all get back to the moments we miss.
It's totally normal to have questions. I did too.
That's why it's so important to get informed.
So ask your doctor and get the facts. It's up to you.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with Paul Orsini from the Clinton Chamber of Commerce. Paul, welcome back.
Thank you, Pete.
Thanks, my friend. So, Paul, let's open this segment talking about you guys usually do a summer concert series, but now I guess we're doing it in the fall.
Yeah, last year when we came out of this, we weren't ready to do the summer concerts.
No.
It would at the time the 6-foot limitations, the social distance limitations, would have made Pearson School, where we have the concerts, just a little wouldn't have been enough, and we would have had to police it too much at the time. So we decided to go to fall from Sunday afternoons from 2 to 3:30, and you know, we got really lucky with the weather. They were just beautiful fall days, every single one of them, and people just loved it. They weren't rushing home from work, and they weren't staying till 8:30 at night. We didn't worry about the darkness. People would come from church or from dinner or wherever they were, and then just come and enjoy it. And we had so much positive feedback. We decided, why not just keep it? We don't have to compete with Madison or Old Saybrook for all these acts. And it was kind of a no-brainer. So we're going to start on September 12th.
Okay.
Rock Bottom.
There you go.
We'll play. They're our traditional opener.
Right. In
the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or so.
Absolutely.
And we have a good mix of local bands, and then we have a couple of out-of-town bands.
Oh, cool.
That really have a following. So I'm expecting a good turnouts this year.
Nice. And that's Sunday starting the 12th of
12th,
September.
and we'll go 5 Sundays to October 10th.
Okay.
And it's from 2 to 3:30 in the afternoon.
Very nice. And we also have the awards dinner coming up.
Yes.
In October.
Yes, this one's a rather special one because we're some of the awards we have would be the awards we've had for years. We named one after Ellen Kavanaugh.
Yes,
who
she did.
The leader of the chamber for many, many years, and really allowed us to get to where we are. And that's a beautification of the outside of a business in Clinton. So we'll keep that, but we've added a COVID, outstanding for leaders during the COVID times.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to stay around long, but for this year we felt we should change up the way we give the awards to really recognize folks who stood out during the pandemic.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of the awards are the same as in past years, but it's exciting. I mean, we sent out the nomination note last Friday, and I've already received a handful back, which is good news, because a lot of times with these kind of awards, you get the same names, or you get one person, and there's not really anything to talk about in these meetings. And this meeting coming up of the board of directors in a few weeks, where we decide the winners. I think it's going to be some interesting conversation, because everyone I read, when I haven't sent them out yet, but I get them.
Oh, do you?
And I read them and I say, oh wait a minute, I had this one, but so it'll be an interesting meeting, and that's October 12th.
Okay.
It's a Tuesday night at the Clinton Country Club.
All right.
It's open to anyone. Last year we did. I believe we sold out the country club, or 2 years ago, we're looking forward. It's a big event.
Yeah.
It's kind of our end of the year celebration of our members.
Sure.
And again, that's October 12th, and more. We'll keep sending information out there. We'll announce the winners probably mid-September.
Okay. All right. Now, how many members do you have?
We have about
roughly
250, including 50 or so nonprofits.
Okay.
All right, and that dipped quite a bit when towards the end of last year, as COVID went on. It didn't. We actually just suspended some payments, and one thing we did during COVID was we didn't exclude anybody. Anything I got from the state or anything went to. We have a member list, and then we have a general list, which is quite a bit bigger. Everything went to the general list. We didn't leave any. We weren't going to let you die because you weren't a chamber member.
Exactly.
And I think that led to us increasing our membership. People who we had helped ended up joining. So it worked out well for both sides, and so it's a struggle for some businesses, because it's there's some businesses are still stagnating, and it's with the staffing shortages and just the problem with the potential Delta variant. Just people are starting to get a little leery of going out.
Oh, absolutely.
Things, and the masks are coming back on. So we'll keep pushing.
Absolutely.
Keep pushing.
Now let me ask you this: as far as not only are you executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, but you're also a local business owner. How has the business community handled the pandemic, and also how important to you is it to go support your local business?
Well, even before I joined the Chamber, I was always a local business. My son didn't really understand why I would go to Shore TV instead of Home Depot to buy something.
Exactly.
And
because you got to support your local business.
Right. I was always a small guy, and now.
Oh, me too.
Now it's just really reinforced in what I believed before, because you get to know people, and being someone who put his own money into something and saw it fail in the beginning, and you just, these money pits that you talk about, that people talk about, and you know, these are people worked all their whole lives to save up to do this, and it's not a corporation that's just going to close this and move over here. And so it's really important to me to do what I can to support small businesses, and I'll send that message out. Shop small, shop local, shop often.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
that's what we try to sign all our letters with, and move out, because you know, if you get downtown Clinton, you get those businesses in there and they become successful, and downtown becomes vibrant.
Absolutely.
It's just a different place to be. And
oh yeah.
And you know, the group that's doing the First Thursday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got to talk about First Thursday
through the Clinton Arts Council.
Okay.
That's their aim to they first Thursday of every month, so September 2nd will be the next one.
Okay.
They shut down from the fire station downtown up to, they don't shut it down, but from the fire station to, from Stem to Fern, there'll be 13 different acts in different businesses.
Oh, okay.
There'll be a main stage at the fire station with 2 acts. Okay. And these acts can go anywhere from someone painting a landscape painting of Indian River to a poet reading it on the main stage last time. They had different musical acts. Scottish Dave plays, and Chips has someone outside, and all the way up the road they have different acts. And the first 3 months they did it, it was terrible weather, and they finally had a good week, a good Thursday last time, and it worked out well. And we just try to keep that growing. The trolley will even have a musical act on it as it's going through. Yeah. Really? So you know, you just try to push this through and do whatever you can to help the businesses. It helps the town. It helps people want to live here. It helps the taxes. You know, it all goes uphill. Absolutely. You know, or downhill, whatever way you want to look at it. But right. You know, the more vibrant a community, the better the community is. Absolutely. Now, how are things on the trolley? Obviously, the trolley's still running. It's good. Ridership was way up this year, and that was because of the addition of the state park. Yes. That Governor Lamont signed into law, and it allowed us to run 7 days a week and pick up folks from Hammonasset. Right. So it's still not, you know, 30 people every time the trolley rides by. Exactly. But it's still. But if you look year on year on year, it was a very successful year. Absolutely. For the trolley. And when the trolley runs to the parks, I believe that expires on Labor Day? Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's traditionally when we end the trolley anyways. Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll come back next year. Yeah, I've seen it, but I've never been on it. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of people just ride it. Right. You know, but more and more you see people getting off at different stops. Right. So I know my business is at the end of the line. Yes. So I finally started seeing people getting off. There you go. And then getting back on with a lot of pub crawls. Yeah. So when in doubt, do a pub crawl. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Start at your business and then work your way. That's right. Yeah. Then work your way up. You'll see the Scottish guy down the road. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. So we got a little bit more time left before we say goodnight. Let's recap the fireworks again. Yes, so this Saturday, August 28th, 2 locations, Town Hall and the beach. The fireworks will go off from the beach. They don't go out on a barge. They go off right from behind the snack bar.
Okay.
Down there, and that'll be at 9:05. Bands in both locations. Waterside Lane will be closed at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Residents will have passes to get through.
Okay.
And there'll be a shuttle bus going from Town Hall to Pearson to the beach all day long, starting at 4 o'clock. And then there'll be 3 large buses waiting on Waterside Lane to transport people out.
Cool.
When they leave.
And we got about 15 seconds left. So one more time on the awards dinner.
Yes, October 12th. Nominations.
Yep.
If you need the nomination criteria, just send me a note at the chamber or call me at the chamber, and I'll get them to you.
Cool. Paul Orsini from the Clinton Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for some time. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Pete.
Thanks, Paul.
See you Saturday.
You got it.
All right.
On behalf of Paul Orsini, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks. Good night. We'll see you next time.